She stands knee-high. Dusty blue jeans sprinkling glittered sand under an ever-approving sun whose smile has been needling itself into the back of her family's neck for however many miles it takes to cross a killing field of a desert and escape a country blooming afire in order to sneak into the country whose history smoke trails to the spent matchstick. Here, between fist-thick iron bars rotting under an ever-approving sun, she can only fit her arms and legs through the opening, not the face nor the body are welcomed in a land that only needs limbs and bootstraps to hold itself upright. Here, an entire family strips down to the bone, willing to ghost themselves in order to exist. Alright. And then, yeah, how are you doing? So, another story. This is like my favorite customer that comes in. He talks about his granddaughter a lot. He's an old dude, buys tequila shots and talks about his granddaughter. That's what he does. But one of my favorite interactions with him was he'd ask for his camarenas tequila shots, and he'd say he'd tell me his plan for the day. It's drink 2 shots, have dinner, and then go home and play with my granddaughter. And I'm like, yo, that sounds like a good Friday. And then he just reminisces about his granddaughter. He's like, oh, she's such a pretty little thing. She's part Cambodian, English, German, Chinese, and Filipino. She's adorable. Last time she went up to me and hugged me, smelled the Listerine, and said, "Hey, have you been drinking?" And he laughs. His laugh is like the motorcycle engine. You can tell it's coming from outside the door. I can hear him. He says I'm not sure she knows what alcohol smells like yet, but she knows Listerine. I don't know, she could be onto me. And that kind of got me to write another poem. So, poem. Solvent. Noun. 1. The liquid in which a solute is dissolved to form a solution. Example 1. The alcohol encased in a treasured bottle of golden Listerine labeled antiseptic is meant to break down active ingredients into a wash, safe enough for a reeking mouth to slush and push between the rocks of teeth and a moss tongue, a stirring tide in search of colonies to rape in its seething, strains the dead from their homes while clawing survivors are drenched, masked in a minted scent, an invitation for arms to wrap around. Example 2. The alcohol encased in a treasured miniature bottle of golden camarena tequila is a rotting sweet meant to break down the bitter into a wash, safe enough for a binging mouth to crave, to push all the bitter down into a swallow until tongue only recalls sweet or nothing, summon a seething maelstrom, strain all the wraiths possessing the body into a prison, and pray the prison holds, that no survivors trigger a resurrection, mask everything with a jovial smile, an unforgettable laugh for a granddaughter's arms to wrap around. Awesome. And then, 1 minute? Yo! Okay, so I'm gonna skip this poem. We're gonna talk about my family.
Yeah.
Because it's really, that's my goal for my poetry, is just to write about my family, but sometimes you talk about your customer interactions. For a brief moment, the dining room table we all have laid a turquoise and champurrado stained placemat upon to shield its tan lacquered coating from the singed bottom of a steel pot, nursing the scalding sour of sinigang soup. Seat 6. Lolo, Lola, Tito, Mom, my brother, and me. 7 if you count Miji, our white and brown cat who has used his cute cunning of his pink nose to bribe morsels of chicken or fish or a juicing shrimp head away from our fingertips. On occasion, the table has doubled from my mother's desk, manila envelopes splayed open, all its meat spilling and sliding onto the surface. Lolo has used it as a pulpit to preach a Catholic lesson into anyone sitting in the pews. It has cradled the soft cloth of torn clothes as Lola stitched string and needle between generations. It has been a prowling house cat's hunting ground, a cliff ledge fight scene between Autobot and Decepticon figurines, where Tito static shocked his way to frying a $300 computer chip, a clinic for Lolo and Lola's blood pressure readings. But I do remember this one time, for a brief moment, where we cathedraled a silent prayer over the steamed spirit of rice vanishing in the light, spoon and fork ritual or drumming against the ceramic plates, and we chewed a filling chorus. Afterwards, I wiped down the stains on its surface, all 6 of its matching chairs and their seashell-ridged headrest with a damp t-shirt Lola couldn't salvage the memories from. As I pressed against the shoe prints on the table, the back of my hand brushed up against its underbelly, revealing the unvarnished stubble of wood it was always made of. How we never called it what it was. Instead, understood that it was everything we needed.
Hey.